Hi, welcome to this online tutorial to help you be successful in your online asynchronous American Sign Language class. My name is Rebecca Miner. I am the program coordinator for the American Sign Language and Interpreting program here at the Community College of Baltimore County. I am not your instructor for this class. If you are taking a sign language class, your instructor is one of our deaf teachers. However, I am here today just to give you a quick tutorial to help you be able to navigate the online portals for this class to help you be successful. This is a fully online asynchronous course. That means that your course does not meet weekly. You are responsible for figuring out what times every week you're going to sit down and work on your course content. There are weekly benchmarks that you have to hit. You have to read a certain amount of content, watch a certain amount of content, respond to some videos, record yourself signing, all of that homework. Every week you have to finish and stay on top of what the benchmarks are for each week. Taking an online asynchronous course requires a lot of self-discipline and time management skills. So make sure that you make a plan for what days and times every week you're going to sit down, log into the system, and knock out your work for this class. Before the semester begins, make sure you finish Module 0. In Module 0, you're going to take a look at the syllabus. You're going to watch this video, and you're going to take a little mini quiz to make sure that you understand how the course is set up and that you understand how to navigate through the course. Even though this is an asynchronous course that does not have a weekly meeting time, your instructor will set up Zoom office hours, and I strongly encourage you to try to sign up to attend the weekly Zoom office hours for your class. During that time, you can ask your instructor questions regarding course content, and then you'll be able to make sure that you're staying on top of the course. ASL 1 and 2 courses will have sign language interpreters available with their deaf teachers during those Zoom office hours. So please make sure you sign up and let your teacher know that you're going to be joining them for their Zoom office hours. And you don't have to be afraid about not being able to communicate yet because you're still learning the language. There will be an interpreter there available to help you communicate. So first up, you have to be able to get to the Brightspace shell for this class. You can access the Brightspace shell 1 week before the class opens from your My CCBC portal. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you how to get to that site from the CCBC website. Okay. From any page on CCBC's website, you can come up here to the top right and click on My CCBC. The My CCBC portal is where you can see all sorts of information and access your classes in Brightspace. Brightspace is CCBC's learning management system. If you've attended other colleges, you may have used Blackboard or Canvas. Here at CCBC, it's called Brightspace. To get to your Brightspace from your My CCBC portal, you would click on My Courses. But there are some other important links here that you might want to explore. The degree audit link shows you what your declared major is and how many classes you've been able to check off in that major. So you can kind of track your progress through there. You can also get to your student email from here, as well as registration. The Simon Online Services shows you some of your financial statements and other information about your student account. So I'm going to go ahead and click on My Courses, and this will take me right over to Brightspace. Now, if you haven't done this before, it might ask you for that two-factor authentication again and have you sign in again. I was already signed in, so it took me right to my Brightspace homepage. From the Brightspace homepage, you'll see any important announcements from the college here, and then a list of all of the classes you're enrolled in down here. Each of these squares is a class that you may be enrolled in. For the purposes of this video, I'm just going to go into a blank class shell. So this isn't necessarily the class shell for your class. You would look for the name of your class and the semester for your class. So whether it's fall or spring, you would look for specifically which class you are in right now. But I'm just going to open up a blank shell to give you an idea of what your ASL class will look like. Once you are in the shell for your class, the first thing you're going to see is the announcements tab. You want to keep an eye on things that are coming up in this announcements tab because your teacher will post reminders and updates about what homework assignments are coming due. Also over here on the calendar, there's nothing on this calendar because this is a blank class, but when you're actually in a class during the semester, any due dates that are coming up for assignments in the class will be listed here on the calendar. Something that's really important and you want to make sure that you sign up for is sign up for notifications, especially if you are in an online asynchronous class. Signing up for notifications will help you stay on top of announcements from your teacher when due dates are coming up. So please, please, please sign up for notifications. To do that, you're going to click on your name at the top of the page and click on notifications. Brightspace has an app that you should put on your smartphone called Pulse, the Pulse app. If you put the Pulse app on your smartphone, you can't do all of your homework assignments from that app, but you'll get all of your notifications about announcements from your teachers, upcoming due dates. If you missed an assignment, all of that can come in through the Pulse app. You can also make sure that you have your updates being sent to an email address. It should be defaulted to your CCBC email address. I think you can get in here and add another one if you want to add your personal, and you can even set up to get text messages anytime your teacher posts an announcement to the class. So those are really good ways to make sure you stay on top of what's going on in the online portal for your class. Okay, from the home page, the next thing you want to do is click on the Content tab. Content tab is where you're going to see everything for your class listed out in the order that it's intended for you to go through it. It should default you to automatically land on the overview link. Please make sure you read through the overview link. It'll have a welcome message from your teacher and some information about our online textbook. We use an online textbook called Trueway ASL. You have to purchase a code to be able to access this textbook. The textbook is embedded into your Brightspace shell, but you can't unlock and open any of that content until you've purchased a code and then signed up with the code right here in Brightspace. So if you are using financial aid and you need to purchase your code through the CCBC bookstore, you can do that online. However, if you do that online and don't physically come to campus, make sure as soon as you get your receipt, you can read this right here. As soon as you get your receipt, forward your receipt to Carrie in the bookstore and ask her to email you your code. Because if you don't do that, they will literally put your code in a piece of paper and snail mail it, and it can take a week for you to get it. And you have to be able to get into this content right away to get started with your course. So you want to get that code as quickly as possible. Alternatively, you could also purchase the code directly from Trueway, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. When you're actually in an active class, right here, where it says insert GR link for the course, your teacher will insert a GoReact link. You will also sign up to take part in GoReact. GoReact is an online video lab software. You do not have to pay extra for access to the software, but any homework assignment where you are videotaping yourself signing to the camera is going to be done in GoReact. And that is a separate portal that is not within Brightspace. So there will be a link here for you to click and sign up for your GoReact shell so that you can submit the GoReact homework in the GoReact shell. I'm going to click over real quick and just show you what a GoReact shell looks like. This again is a blank shell with no student assignments in it yet. When you click that link to get into the GoReact shell, it's going to prompt you to sign up and create an account. You must use your CCBC email address as your username for the account to be able to get free access to the account. I'm going to say that again. You must use your CCBC email address to sign up for your GoReact account to get free access to the GoReact account. Once you get GoReact open, and you can see everything, you can go right here to Sandbox. Sandbox is just an assignment that we created that's a blank assignment to let you play with the software a little bit. And then you can see as we go down, these are each of the homework assignments that are going to be part of the class. Any homework in GoReact is something where you're recording yourself and you're signing your response. Your teacher can then watch your video and record a response to you in sign language, or they can type notes to you. So if you click on Sandbox, and then create video or start assignment, you can give it a title, click continue, and it will prompt you to be able to use your camera features on your computer. You may need to click allow or click like a pop-up blocker in your browser to make sure that you can use the camera. And then you click continue and you can record yourself responding to whatever the homework assignment is, upload it, and your teacher will be able to grade it from there. So that's GoReact. You have got to get yourself all set up with GoReact before the start of the semester because you will have homework in GoReact within the first week or so of class. Okay, coming back over here to Brightspace. Signing up for your Trueway textbook content. On the left menu bar, we'll go down here to the Trueway workbook. And when you click on here, it gives you some directions for how to access Trueway or how to sign up for materials. Or, like I said, you could buy your code directly from the CCBC bookstore, and then with that code, you would go right here to the sign up link and put in your code. Or you could go directly to Trueway's webpage right here and pay for a code directly with Trueway. Once you have paid and done this sign up link, then all of the content for the course will be unlocked for you and you'll be able to get in and see all of the videos for each week. If you have trouble with this, please reach out right away. We have student assistants and your faculty person, your teacher for your class, available to help make sure that you are all set up with Trueway and GoReact at the very beginning of the semester. These are two key pieces to being successful in this class. So every week for this online asynchronous class, you should be looking at your schedule and picking 3 to 6 hours a week where you're going to sit down and dedicate that time to working on your class. This is an online asynchronous course, which means it doesn't have a required weekly meeting time. So you're not seeing the teacher once or twice a week where they're going to say you have to do this next and this next. It's up to you to be self-disciplined and log in. So you're going to say, based on my work schedule, every Tuesday night and every Friday night, I'm going to sit down for 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'm going to work through some of the content. The next thing that's really important for you to be aware of is the syllabus tab. Make sure that before you finish module 0, you click in here and read through your syllabus. The other really important document that I strongly recommend you print out and have next to your computer or next to wherever it is that you're working is this online 15-week schedule, or 10-week if you're taking this in the summer. This schedule outlines everything you're supposed to do each week of the course. All of this content is also found in Brightspace and in GoReact, but this gives you an idea to see what's coming up for each week. It looks like a lot, it's all these bullet points here, but a lot of the assignments are just a 1-minute video, a 1-minute response. A lot of them are very short and quick activities to help you practice the content. So make sure you print out this schedule and follow along. Back over here in the content tab, every week when you sit down to work on your course, you're going to go to this weekly learning modules link. This will open up. It's kind of hard to see this accordion, but under this opens up. And then you have module 0, module 1, module 2. And then if you look back at that master weekly schedule, you can see each of those module numbers lines up to week 1, week 2. Depending on whether you're taking this in a 15-week semester or a 10, there may be a week where you do 2 modules together. So make sure you take a look at that master schedule. So you log in. Right now, we're going to be working on module 0. The module will have a brief introduction, what you're going to learn, the week at a glance, and this comes right out of that master schedule. This is a little infographic we have for this one. And then you'll have a checklist. Every module has a checklist. So if you remember from the weekly schedule, you had all those bullet points like, oh, I got to do this and this and this and this. In Brightspace, it's all outlined in a checklist. And the checklist is there for you to be able to go, okay, this week the teacher wants me to read the syllabus. Go read the syllabus, come back and check it off. This is 100% for you. This is not something your teacher's going to go, hey, you didn't check off this thing. It's for you to keep track of what work you've completed and what you still need to do. So if you're working your way through this module and you only get to here, overview of ASL 1, and then you have to leave and you come back to your computer a day later and you go, where did I leave off? You can go back to this checklist and see what things you've checked off or not checked off yet. So make sure you utilize the checklist to help keep you on track. Let's take you guys down. Let's just go to week 3 of the class. So here's another example of what a module looks like. You open the week 3 module and you're going to work through all the content within this module and within the checklist for this module during that week and get everything turned in, typically by Sunday of that week, but make sure you look at the master schedule because each teacher kind of does their due dates a little bit differently. Here's the week at a glance, all the things you're going to do this week. And then you'll go to the checklist, click on the checklist and work your way through all of the content on this checklist. So you're going to watch this video. You're going to do these things. Review the vocabulary 1.5 TWA means Trueway ASL. Right here, math practice GR means GoReact. So for the math practice homework, you need to go back over to the GoReact shell. So to get back to your GoReact shell, you're going to go back to the content tab, to the overview section, and there's the link to the GoReact shell that'll be listed here. For your Trueway assignments, open that checklist, and we see we're going to watch this video. Okay, now it says review the vocabulary 1.5 in Trueway. So how do you do that? Go down a little farther and here it is, review vocabulary 1.5. If you click on this link, it'll actually give you a PDF in English of the words that are part of the vocabulary for that section. And you can also click on the what's the sign. What's the sign is your online dictionary to look up the signs for any English word. So we're going to click on what's the sign. And it'll take us to this what's the sign widget. You can type anything you want into this box and it'll pull up the video for what that sign is. One thing that's really important, if you're looking up all the vocabulary for one section, you have to use quotation marks. Here's the sign, right? Quotation marks. So we were in, what was our homework here we were supposed to do? 1.5. So I'm going to say quotation 1.5 quotation. And this will bring me up links to all the videos of the vocabulary for this unit. I click on it and it's actually got a video to show me how to sign that sign. Or you can just look up a word. So I just typed in 10 and then it gives you 10. So again, I'll say that again. If you are just looking for a word, you just type the word. If you're looking for all the vocabulary for a specific unit, you have to use the quotation marks. Type in the unit number and close quotation marks, and then it'll give you all of those videos for the vocabulary for that unit. So that's how you use what's the sign. Coming back to your learning module for week 3. When you open quizzes on Brightspace, you may have to tell the system to allow access to the video. So let's go down to the checklist for module 3. There are things we're going to watch. There are snapshots or videos that you're going to watch. Conversation starters. And let's see, submit worksheets. So the worksheets are all kind of like mini quizzes where you're going to watch a little video and then answer questions about it. So if I go to this video, you see that I got the blocked sign. You just have to hit allow. So in this little quiz, you're going to watch this video. And then once you go to the next portion of the quiz, it's going to give you multiple choice questions related to the video you just watched. The content for the course will not release and open up until you've completed module 0 and you've completed signing up for Trueway ASL. You also need to make sure that you get logged in and can access your GoReact account. If you have any questions, please contact your teacher and we will help you get set up for your account. We want you to be successful in this class, so please don't wait, reach out if you need help. Good luck, and I hope you have a great semester.